This year I had the opportunity to go to an ISU Grand Prix event. There were a lot of options, but I decided to go to the Grand Prix of Espoo. Hi, I am in Finland. I just got to my hotel and I had dinner downstairs at the restaurant. I was actually a little bit intimidated because I walk into the hotel and there's just like the sign for the competition, and then I go in the restaurant and there's just like a bunch of officials there. I just was a little bit caught off guard. I didn't know that I was staying in the same hotel as like all the officials. A little bit intimidated, a little bit caught off guard, but I'm super excited for tomorrow. And yeah, just lying in bed now. It's like 11 o'clock, so I'm probably gonna go to sleep soon. Also, this is the hotel room. It's super cool. These were like 2 beds and they were like separated, but I pushed them together because I was like so hyped right now. I'm just so excited. I don't know if I can sleep, but I'm gonna have to force myself because I need to get up early tomorrow. Good morning, guys. It is 6 a.m. I have woken up and I don't even know why, because Finland is an hour ahead of Prague, so technically it is 5 a.m. on my clock. But yeah, I'm gonna go have breakfast downstairs because I'm quite hungry. And I realized that Ticketmaster never mailed me my tickets, which is kind of a problem. So I'm gonna go to the rink really early and try to figure that out. I'm trying to take some pictures, but I did not expect a whole bunch of snow. I don't know why. And I brought the wrong shoes, so now my feet are like completely submerged in snow. But like, look at how pretty this is. It's already like almost 9 a.m. but it's so quiet and peaceful here. Like, you can just hear the birds like flapping their wings. It's so peaceful. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it here. I got to the rink and they thankfully let me in despite the ticket issue. I got there for practice and watched for a while, and then I had some food while I waited for the events to start. The competition was divided up into 2 different sets. The first set was the pairs and women's free skate and the awards. The first set of events has finished and I'm waiting for the second event to start. It's been about 40 minutes since the last set ended, and maybe about another 30 more until the men and the free dance go through. The second set was the men's free skate and the free dance and their awards as well. The coolest part of this was sitting in the first row and getting to see Ilia land the quad axel. The event was so cool, but I spent literally all day in the ice rink and was so tired. So after it ended, I went back to the hotel. Hi, so I am back at the hotel. I am extremely exhausted, but I had an incredible day today. I am so happy that I decided to do this. I am super tired, and it is midnight, so I'm gonna go to sleep. But yeah. In the morning, I checked out of the hotel and went to Helsinki. Good morning, guys. I am in the city center of Helsinki right now. I got my souvenirs at the train station because there's literally no other place to buy them. Everything is pretty much closed, so I'm trying to find a restaurant to eat at, but like most things are closed, so yeah, but I'm absolutely starving. There's so much snow, and I'm not quite enjoying that part, but yeah. For the people who live here, the snow is probably not that bad, but as a girl from Miami who doesn't own any snow boots, I was struggling. I headed to the airport where I was able to get some lunch. Today ended up being one of the craziest travel experiences I've ever had. First, my flight out of Finland was 2 hours delayed, but luckily my connection in Copenhagen was also 3 hours delayed, so I was able to make it. I thought that was annoying, but when I got on that flight, I thought everything was fine and I was gonna get home. However, I was wrong, because 15 minutes before we were going to land in Prague, the pilot gets on and says that we can't land in Prague and we're actually going to land in Poland. I'm stuck in Poland. This is so fun. Yeah. So I waited in the Poland airport for 2 hours before they were able to get us a 4-hour bus ride back to Prague. Even though that was something I did not want to deal with, it was so worth it because I was able to experience this Grand Prix in person, and it was one of the best experiences I've ever had.